Hey, what's up? Back again.
That first bass note hit me in the chest, and I was just like, there's no way that's 2/8.
MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
Sound is subjective, output is subjective. Part 2. I read some comments. Some people say they agree. Some people say they disagree. You know, sound is subjective. They agree with that. They disagree with the output is subjective. And at first, I was going to say, entitle it, sound is subjective, output, sound is subjective, output is not. So what I forgot what I finished, how I was going to title myself. Sound is subjective, output is not. Output is recordable. It's not subjective. Then I really got to thinking about it. And so I'm going in depth in it here. You take one sub, put it in a ported box, and it has a certain amount of output, a certain amount of wattage. You would like to, some would like to say, hey man, this is the loudest sub ever. This is the best sub ever. And that's not true. Because you could take that same sub, not even a different sub. You could take that same sub and put it in a different order. Let's say you meter the sub in a seal box on 500 watts. It does 130 dB. You put that same sub in a ported box on 500 watts. You have the sub moving and the port reinforcing the sound, plus 3 dB. You're right, MB. I'm pretty sure you will agree. You take that same sub and increase the alignment again. You go to a fourth order. You put a seal and a ported box together, starting at plus 6 dB. Same 500 watts. Now let's say you put sub A in a ported, sub B, it's a different sub, same size, and a fourth order. You measured it at a given frequency. One given frequency. The sub and sub B will play louder than the sub and the sub in the fourth order will play louder within its, if that frequency is within its pass band, than the sub A in its ported alignment on the same power, same vehicle. Now let's take all that out the way. Let's take the same sub, put it in this cabin. Put it in this cabin. In a seal box. Boom. 500 watts. Meter it. One frequency. One output level. Take the same sub, put it in a ported box in this cabin. Meter it. Plus 3 dB. Now take that same sub in both alignments and put them in, like I'm looking at this car. It's a car sitting here right next to me. It might be higher or lower. So sound is subjective. Output is subjective too. Subjective to what? It's subject to the application. It's subject to where you're going to put it at. Now let's say we got a perfect world. A perfect room where you're going to be metering it. Well, albeit you can't use that. Why? Because that's not how people are going to buy subwoofers and use them. Particularly not car audio. Not even home audio. Not everybody's home the same size. Not everybody's home theater. Not everybody's rooms is the same. So even output is subjective. Now, if I quantify and say you take this sub is the best because I'm putting in a ported application inside my vehicle, and in a ported application, it outperforms every other sub in my vehicle, and does that mean it's going to do the same thing in your vehicle if your vehicle is not the same as mine? So sound is output is subjective. Otherwise, there's no such thing as a perfect subwoofer. I can give you a general guideline of what to expect. My opinion on my channel is subjective to what I like and the genre of music that I like to listen to. Bass-laden tracks. But that doesn't apply to everybody. So, I just like to put that out there, put that truth out there and move on. And move on. Because my opinion on what sounds good is based on what I like to hear and what I record and do on my channel. A lot of people don't do that. Yeah, we know a lot of people say they appreciate what I do when I show how the subwoofer sounds at low volume instead of just subwoofer movement. You can't even hear it. And that's what this channel is about. Bass you can hear and feel, and it's got to sound good. Peace.